So is MDF worth refinishing? In my opinion, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of our furniture is MDF. It doesn't mean that it's bad or needs to be just taken to the landfill. There's lots of life left in these pieces, even if they are MDF. Take these, for example. They are completely beat up. I got these for free on Facebook Marketplace, but I love the design of them. They have huge gashes in them. The corners almost are all missing, but I know that these have a lot of life left. They're very sturdy. I love the design. This is not a strip and stain type of thing. You can't do that with MDF, but these can be painted and refinished. So follow along in the process to see what I do with them. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm Charlene with Olive Street Designs, and I'm showing the process of furniture refinishing so you can learn too. From tutorials to ebooks and project trackers, everything to support your learning is linked on my website. Well, let's take a closer look at these. I really want to show you how damaged they are. I mean, you can see all the dents and dings and just the big gouges, and of course we've got felt liners too, because why not, and a drawer with the guide completely off. That's not supposed to do that. So first thing I need to do is get these cleaned up. They're filthy. I've had them for a while as well. They were dirty when I got them, and then I just put them in storage, so I've had them sitting there filthy. And I know you're probably asking, why do you bother to clean them before you get started making them essentially dirty again? Because you want to get all the grease and grime and years of wax and whatever could be on these. They were actually kind of sticky. That's always fun. I had to get rid of all of that. Once I get everything cleaned, it's time to take the hardware off. And yes, a lot of times I do that ahead of time, but I left it on this time because I couldn't get them off without removing the drawers. It was just difficult. And my dog's sitting there going, what on earth are you doing? But I had to take the drawers out, and this drawer came out quite easily because it's no longer attached, but thankfully the guide was there, so I'm going to be able to get that repaired. And it looks like just the screws that hold this in both ends are just missing. So I'm so happy that whoever had these before did not toss that out, and I'm going to be able to give it a quick repair to get this back in action. Now I put this screw in and it wasn't quite enough, but I'm going to come back to that in a moment. But I need to get this hardware off. And it's funny that I really couldn't get it off without taking these drawers out just because of the angle. But once I got all of the pulls off, I was able to start looking a little bit more closely at any damage that needs to be done, and also cleaning the inside now that I have the drawers out. I also labeled these, which I forgot to show, but I call one nightstand A and one B, and then I label everything 1A, 1B. Okay, my drawer guide, I was able to put one screw in the end, but this other one I had to go grab my little box of screws. If you get random screws, just start collecting them because you just never know what size you're going to need. And I was able to get all of the screws I needed to reattach this securely just from my little box of screws. And then time for a quick fit check just to make sure that drawer now functions properly, because there's a reason usually why they come off of there. But this one looks like the screw just came off. It's absolutely fine. So I'm starting to address everything else, and I'm noticing this is wood. And then I get down here and this edge banding's missing, and that's particle board. And then I look a little closer over here, and this area with all the chunks missing is MDF. Okay, well, we've got some repairs to do, and I have to repair some differently than others just because of all these different materials. So I don't want to take that edge banding off because that would leave that really rough particle board. So I'm going to be putting some wood glue there. I put lots of wood glue under it, and then I got it taped up. And I just didn't feel like that tape was holding it enough that I really wanted to clamp it. I don't have any clamps that are quite this long, so I had to be creative with two clamps and clamp one clamp to the other clamp. So just using a board across there to hold everything steady while that glue sets up, and that worked pretty well. But sometimes you've got to get creative. I have used that trick before, and it's worked well. On this video, I will undoubtedly get comments that say, I like the original better, you should have just stained it. It's absolutely not possible with this when you're dealing with MDF, especially that has bubbles. That is from water damage. There was probably a little crack in the top veneer and it allowed water or moisture in, and that bubbled. You can't go backwards once that happens. And I feel the best way to repair it is actually just to remove it. You can also use a sander, but sand below the surface. So you've got to kind of create a divot so you have some room for some Bondo. And I just got my Bondo out. That's the cream hardener that goes in it. Mix it up really well. And then I'm going to put Bondo in this void that I've now created. I know I made it worse, but sometimes you got to make it worse before you can make it better. And I'm just going to fill that up. I'm going to scrape it off just to make sure I've got enough in there, and then I'm going to overfill it, because when you just leave it flat, you'll still be able to see it. It kind of sinks in a little bit when it dries, but I'm going to go ahead and use the leftover Bondo that I have on everywhere. I have so many gouges, and these corners, the corners were round. There was so much wear on them that they were just round, but this is where I am now. Just a couple of things I had to repair, but trust me, it's going to get better. It's funny how you can look at something and think, oh, that looks so much better already, and others would go, that's horrible. Okay, I'm going to sand down these corners and make them square again, and they actually all came out very nice. It just takes a lot of time to get all of this Bondo sanded down smooth. Of course, in all of these areas where the details are kind of sunken in, it makes it so much easier to use the detail sander with a pad on it, because you can really get in there. And then now I'm on to round 2. Glazing and spot putty for the win. This is the best stuff. All the little dents and dings and cracks and things. And I do go over the Bondo that I put there again. While that's setting up, I'm going to go ahead and deal with these felt liners. Sometimes these can really just be a total nightmare. These were coming up okay. And what I usually do is take off everything that I can get off, just like this. Just peel it out if you can, or use a heat gun. Sometimes that works too. But it's going to leave a bunch of residue in the drawer, which is totally fine. And the trick here is acetone. You can see I just dumped some in the drawer. It evaporates so quickly, it's not going to soak your drawer, but it just melts whatever adhesive was on that backing right away. I just grabbed my little carbide scraper. You could just use a putty knife and just scrape it out, and it will just be as clean as ever. All right, my spot putty is dry, and now I can go ahead and just give that a quick sanding. You don't want to over sand because you'll remove all the product you just put on there. And now I've got to get these cleaned up. Can you believe these are ready? I mean, I'm looking at this going, oh, this is progress, believe it or not. All right, time to set up my spray tent because I can get ready to paint these. I can't wait to see how these turn. I'm already kind of excited because I get to this point and I'm like, these are going to look so much better, but I've got to seal them. I know these are MDF, and I'm just not going to trust the fact that that veneer is not going to bubble again, but use one of these triggers on your spray can. It will make your life so much easier and save your poor finger. This just kills me using spray cans, but with this trigger, it's so much easier. But I'm sealing all of this so that my water-based products don't permeate through any of the veneer or any cracks in veneer or anything and ruin everything that I've just repaired. And then after that dried, I give it a good sanding. Spray paint's a little rougher. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my normal routine now. So this is my regular primer. You probably could go ahead and skip this and go right to paint, but I'm kind of an overdoer, and I'm going to use more primer than maybe most people do, and so I feel like the regular primer from there. Once that dried, I'm getting ready for my paint layer. This is a paint that I mixed up using some remnants of some other taupe colors, so I've created another taupe color. I'm using that cardboard trick for the drawers because I paint with them in place, and that helps me get the edges without getting any paint inside the drawers. Once I got everything all painted, I did 2 coats of paint, and then now I'm doing a top coat layer. Just want to get everything nice and sealed. Once everything dried, time to add some new hardware, and I'm also going to do drawer liners. So I get everything measured and I cut everything to size because it saves material, and I seem to get a better fit that way and a straighter edge. I go ahead and lay them into the drawers, and then I use a putty knife to get all of the bubbles out. While I have the drawers out, I might as well touch up anything behind the drawers that wasn't completely straight and painted. So let's take a quick look back at these trash nightstands and see what they've become. It's almost hard to believe. But this is why I love furniture refinishing, because these were literally saved from the trash. It's why I got them for free. They were just tossing them out, and now they've been given a whole new life. I hope you like these as much as I do, and thank you so much for watching.